I'll just say welcome, everyone. I'm happy to see you all. Yay, Hannah's here. I know Laura's going to join us in a second. Today we will be doing a slow flow class. It's still going to be a pretty heaty slow flow, just so we're all ready for that. But it is with the theme of the full moon, so there's going to be a little bit of kind of back and forth on your mat, facing the front of the mat, facing the back of the mat. So hopefully everyone will have a little bit of fun. I will say, if you have any flexibility on maybe moving your camera off to the side just a little bit so you're not like craning your neck for the screen when we're facing the back of the mat, but anything we do to the front of the mat we'll also do to the back of the mat. So hopefully it will balance out and everyone will be able to follow along. So I'll have everyone move to child's pose to start. We'll get ourselves set up nice and comfy. Knees can come wide or you can narrow them together. Arms can be out in front of you or down along your sides. And really just starting to settle in. Using these first few breaths as an opportunity to let go of anything that you've been carrying with you this morning. And in honor of the full moon today, the Scorpio full moon, the flower full moon, just wanted to talk a little bit about that. So according to astrology, full moons represent the release or the culmination or the result of something that was put in place months ago during, most likely, a new moon of the same sign. So back in late October with the Scorpio new moon, we laid out the roadmap or the groundwork for the things that we wanted to bring into existence now. The funny thing about life is that things don't always turn out exactly how we imagine they will. And thinking about the time that we're living through right now, I'm sure many of us did not anticipate that back in late October. However, maybe back then we were wishing for things to slow down or for time to breathe and heal, an opportunity to say no, to stay home, and space to try new things and push our limits. All of which I would say are being experienced right now, just in a different way than we anticipated. So while this may not be exactly what we all imagined when we set our intentions back in October, here we are. So I want this class to be an opportunity to let go and to really think about intentions that you've set in the past and things that have come up and how your path has been laid in front of you, maybe in a way that you didn't anticipate, and just offer that experience gratitude and also use this as a space to let anything go that maybe didn't serve you in the last several months. Starting to deepen your breath here, filling up your belly, your chest, your ribs, releasing all the breath out through the mouth or the nose. Take one big inhale here together, filling up your belly, your low ribs, into your upper back. Exhale, release all the way out. On your next inhale, start to roll your way forward, coming into tabletop position, shoulders over wrists, hips over knees, wiggling out just a little bit, getting out any of the kinks. And on an inhale, come to stillness and start to drop your belly towards the earth. Gaze comes high for cow pose. Exhale, curl and round, bringing chin to chest for cat. 2 more times like this. Drop your belly, lift your gaze for cow. Curl and round, coming into cat. 1 more time. Drop your belly, lift your gaze. Exhale, curl and round for cat pose. Inhale, coming back to neutral spine. Exhale, look over your right shoulder towards your right heel, feeling the stretch in your left side body. And then inhale back to center. Exhale, look over your left shoulder towards your left heel. Inhale back to center. 2 more times just like this. Exhale to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale, left. Inhale, center. 1 more time each side. Right. Center. Left. Center. From here, start to barrel roll your spine, jump roping it around, really feeling into that cat-cow and side bends. Using this opportunity as the first moment on your mat where you really get to do exactly what feels right in your body. Maybe you pull all the way around in circles, coming forward and back. Whatever you do, make sure to do it both directions. And on your next inhale, making your way back to neutral tabletop. From here, inhale, tuck your toes, lift your knees, hovering them 1 inch above the mat. Engaging belly button to spine, draw shoulders down, back and in. On an exhale, push your hips up and back, coming into downward facing dog. Wiggling out your hips, bending through one knee, maybe the other. And slowly making your way into stillness in your down dog. On an inhale, look forward, start to roll all the way to the top of the mat, coming to high plank. Draw shoulders down, back and in. Zip hips to ribs. Gaze comes a little bit in front of your hands. And then on an exhale, push your hips up and back, downward facing dog. 2 more times like this. Inhale, look forward, roll all the way into high plank. Pause. And then exhale, push hips up and back, downward facing dog. 1 more time, roll all the way forward. Pausing here, lining up shoulders over wrists, making sure feet are hips width distance. On an inhale, look forward, lean forward, bringing your shoulders in front of your fingertips. And as slow as you possibly can, start to lower your way all the way to the mat. Always an option there to lower your knees. On an inhale, start to lift your gaze, broadening through the chest, coming into cobra. Draw your shoulder blades down, engaging through the back body, grounding down through the tops of your feet. Exhale, lower forehead to the mat. 1 more time, inhale, gaze comes forward, broaden through the chest. Exhale, forehead to mat. This time, option to bring your hands back along your low ribs or stay in cobra. On an inhale, ground down through both hands, lifting all the way up into upward facing dog. Thighs and knees off the mat. And then exhale, pushing your hips up and back into downward facing dog. We'll be here for 2 or 3 breaths. On your next inhale, look forward, bend deeply through your knees. And exhale, walk, step, or hop to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift, hands to shins or thighs. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep your hands high to the sky, coming to mountain pose. Exhale, slice through heart center, forward fold, hands to the mat. Option here to heel toe your feet out just a little bit wider. Grab opposite elbows with opposite hands and sway a little bit back and forth for ragdoll. Bending deeply into your knees, bringing your chest to your thighs, feeling the stretch in your hamstrings and your outer legs.
On an inhale, release your hands, start to straighten through your legs just a little bit, micro bend still. Bring your right hand in front of your forehead on the mat. Inhale, lift your left hand high to the sky for a twist. Bending deeper into your right knee, straightening through the left. And on an exhale, sweep your left hand down, place it, switch with your right, and then on an inhale, lift your right hand high to the sky, deep bend into your left knee for a little twist. And then exhale, plant both hands down on the ground. Start to heel toe your feet to center. Toes may or may not touch, slight space between your heels. On an inhale, deep bend to your knees, sink your hips back, hands come high for chair pose. Pausing here, checking in that your knee, you can still see your toes in front of your knees. Tailbone points down. Zip hips to ribs. Shoulders come away from ears. Inhale, extend through the crown of your spine. Exhale, sweep your hands back, gaze comes forward for chair plane. Chest is parallel with your thighs. Pausing here, engaging through the belly, drawing elbows together in space. Inhale, sweep your hands high, coming back to chair. One more time, sweep your hands back, coming into chair plane. This time, option to come up onto your tippy toes for drinking bird. Balancing here, broadening through the chest. And then exhale, sink down, arms come high, coming into chair. Stay here for one more deep breath in. Exhale, let it all the way out. Inhale, stand all the way up, hands come high. Exhale, sweep your hands down behind your back and grasp for interlace your fingers. Inhale, broaden through the chest, pulling your hands down for a little chest extension. Pausing here. An option to roll your neck from side to side for a little neck release. On an inhale, release your hands, sweep them high to the sky for mountain pose. Exhale, dive off the crest of your hips, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, hands to shins or thighs. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sit your hips back, bend through your knees, hands come high for chair one more time. Exhale, sweep your right hand back, left hand forward for a twist. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, left hand back, right hand forward for a twist. Inhale, back to center. One more time each side. Exhale, twist to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale to the left. Inhale, center. Inhale, stand all the way up, coming into mountain. And then exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, hands to shins or thighs. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, plant your hands, step your left foot back toward the back of the mat, coming into low lunge. You may need to wiggle your front foot forward a little bit, bringing your left foot out to the side, giving yourself a nice wide stance in this low lunge, giving your hips some space. Making sure your knee is over top of your hip, engaging through the belly, lifting through the hips. On an inhale, sweep your hands high to the sky for high crescent. Pausing here, check in with your hips, make sure they're level. Zipping belly button to spine, broadening through the chest, hands come high. If it's comfortable, there might be a slight bend in the back knee, but sinking deep into that front knee, getting that knee as close to 90 degrees as you can. Inhale, extend through the crown of your head. Exhale, spin your back heel down, hands come wide for warrior two. Wiggling at the hips, finding your center, your stability, drawing the tailbone down. Knee is in line with your front toes. Arms come wide. On an inhale, straighten through your front leg, tip all 10 toes in for 5-pointed star. And then exhale, bring your heels in, toes out, sinking into goddess pose. Bouncing out a little bit, a few pulsations here. And really just grounding down. Option for hands at heart center or out in cactus pose. From here, start to pulse up on an inhale. Exhale, sink deep. And just do this on your breath, slowly and with control. And on your next inhale, sweep your hands high, straighten through the legs, coming into 5-pointed star. On an exhale, start to point your left toes toward the back of the mat, coming into a warrior 2 on the left side. Arms come wide, knee in line with the toes, engaging through the belly, and sinking deep into that front leg. On an inhale, sweep your left hand up and back, reverse warrior. Exhale, elbow to knee for side angle. Inhale one more time, up and back, reverse. Exhale, circle your hands to frame your foot and step forward, bringing your right foot to meet your left for forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Pausing here for a few breaths. Facing the back of the mat, we'll do that same thing to move ourselves back toward the front. So from here, inhale, step your right foot all the way back towards the back of the mat. And exhale, adjust your feet, coming to a wider railroad stance. Grounding down through all 4 corners of your front foot, coming high to the ball of your back foot. Scissoring through the thighs to give your hips a little lift. On an inhale, sweep your hands high to the sky, coming into high crescent. Again, sinking down, tailbone points down, belly button to spine. Hands come high. And on each exhale, just think about sinking a little bit deeper into each of these poses. Inhale, extend. Exhale, sink. Inhale, extend through the crown of your head. Exhale, spin your back heel down, arms come wide, coming into a warrior 2 on the left side. Bending deep into the front knee, widening through the hips, strong through both of your legs. From here, inhale, coming all the way into 5-pointed star. Toes come in, heels come out. And on an exhale, tip all 10 toes out, heels come in, sinking into goddess pose. From here, bringing your hands to your knees and start to lean one shoulder in and then exhale, coming out. Dipping your other shoulder in, coming back out. And just continue with these shoulder dips. One more each side. And on your next inhale, coming all the way up into 5-pointed star. Tip your right toes towards the front of the mat, coming into warrior 2. Bending deep through the front knee. Arms come wide. Pause here. Inhale, extend. Exhale, sink in. Inhale, right hand comes up and back for reverse warrior. Pausing for the exhale. and the inhale. On an exhale, bring your right elbow to your right knee for extended side angle, drawing the right hip under. Option for the left hand to come up along your ear. And then inhale one more time, up and back, reverse. Exhale, cartwheel your hands to frame your foot. This time, pausing here in your low lunge, and then stepping back directly into downward facing dog. Pause here, wiggling out your hips. Always option for child's pose. And feeling how your body is heating up, warming up, and settling into the practice. On your next inhale, float your right heel high to the sky for three-legged dog, leveling out through the hips, flexing through the foot like you're planting your foot on the back wall. On an exhale, take right knee to left elbow for a twist and pause. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, right knee to right elbow, pause, pull it a little bit higher. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose, holding it here for the inhale. And then exhale, step your foot between your hands, coming into low lunge. From here, sweep your hands high to the sky, coming into high crescent. We've been here before. From here, leaning a little bit forward, bringing the weight into your right leg. Sweep your hands back, kick your left leg forward for a little pistol squat. Don't have to sit too low. There you go. And then coming back into your high crescent. 2 more times just like this. Sweep your hands back, kick your leg forward, and then coming back to high crescent. 1 more time for good measure. Kick forward, arms back, and then inhale, coming back to high crescent. From here, exhale, sweep your right hand down, left hand forward for a twist. Inhale, hands back to center. Exhale, spin your back heel down, arms come wide, warrior 2. Pausing here, sinking in. On an inhale, sweep your right hand up and back, reverse. Exhale, right elbow to knee, and left hand high for a side angle. Inhale, coming back to warrior 2. Pausing for the exhale. And then inhale, straighten through both legs, tip all 10 toes in, coming into 5-pointed star. On your exhale, start to bend into your left knee, coming into Skandasana or Kung Fu lunge. Option to bring your hands to the mat. Your knee is in line with your toes, slowly dropping your hips. And start doing little pulses here. So coming out of it just a little bit on an inhale, sinking deep into it on the exhale. Inhale, extend. Exhale, bend. Inhale, extend. Exhale, bend. And this time, staying deep in your Skandasana, start to walk your hands all the way toward the left side, the back of the mat, spinning your toes until you come into a low lunge. From here, rocking back and forth a little bit, finding your balance. And then walking your hands slightly in front of your left toes, hopping your toes in a little bit. Slowly lift your right leg high for standing L pose. Pausing here, hands to the ground or behind your calf. And then on an exhale, start to lower your right foot to meet your left. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. We'll repeat this on the opposite side. So stepping back Coming into high plank. Push your hips up and back. Downward facing dog. Inhale, left foot high to the sky. For three-legged dog, leveling out through the hips. Planting your foot on the back wall. Exhale, left knee to right elbow. Pause. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, left knee to left elbow. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose. Pause. Stay for the inhale. And exhale, plant your foot between your hands. On an inhale, sweep your hands high to the sky for high crescent. We'll move through 3 variations of the pistol squat again. So sweeping your hands back, kicking your right foot forward for pistol squat. And then stepping back, inhale, coming into high crescent. Exhale, lean forward, kick forward. Inhale, high crescent. Exhale, lean forward, kick forward. And inhale, coming back into high crescent one last time. Exhale, sweep your left hand back, right hand forward for a twist. Inhale, hands come high, high crescent. Exhale, spin your back heel down, arms come wide for warrior 2. Inhale, left hand comes high, reverse warrior. Exhale, elbow to knee, extended side angle. Inhale, up and back one more time, reverse. And then exhale, coming into warrior 2. Inhale, straighten through both legs, coming into 5-pointed star. Exhale, start to bend into your right knee, coming into Skandasana or Kung Fu lunge. Pulsing here on your breath. Inhale, extend. Exhale, bend. Now on your next inhale, start to walk your way, your hands toward the front of your mat, coming into a low lunge on the right side. Walking your hands 1 or 2 palm prints in front of your foot, start to hop or drag your back foot in until you're able to lift it, coming into standing L pose or standing splits. Leveling out through the hips, flexing through the foot, really engaging the back of that leg. And inhale, lift a little bit higher, and then exhale, bring your left foot to meet your right, coming into forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep your hands all the way up to the sky for mountain. Exhale, shake it out. Option here to stand in mountain, hands facing forward. Also option to get a drink, take a breath. And we'll all come back to meet in mountain facing the top of the mat. On an inhale, sweep both hands high to the sky. Exhale, bring your right hand to your right thigh, leaning up and over to the right for a little bend. Inhale, hands come high. Exhale, left hand to left thigh, bend to the left. Inhale, center. And moving through this at your own pace, really feeling that flow, giving yourself the opportunity to do what feels best in your body. And we'll all meet back in mountain, hands high. From here, exhale,
dive off the crest of your hips, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, hands to shins or thighs. Exhale, release all the way down. On an inhale, step your left foot back as far as it will go, coming into low lunge. Inhale, hands sweep high for high crescent. On an exhale, bend through your back knee, arms, cactus your arms for a little double lunge. Inhale, hands come high. Exhale, cactus, double lunge. Inhale, hands come high. From here, bringing your hands in front of you into a prayer position. Bend deeply through the back knee for a low lunge, double lunge. And on an inhale, open your left hand to the left, opening through your right knee, coming into goddess. On an exhale, bringing your right hand to meet your left, coming into a lunge on the left side. Repeat to the other side, so opening up through the right, coming into goddess. Closing left hand to right, coming into high lunge. Pausing here, hands come high. And then open up one more time to the left, coming into goddess, hands to heart center. On an inhale, extend through the legs, hands come high, 5-pointed star. Exhale, point your left toes to the back of the mat, moving your way into warrior 2. From here, inhale, up and back, reverse warrior. Exhale, left elbow to knee, extended side angle. One more time, up and back, reverse warrior. And then exhale, cartwheel your hands to frame your foot, pausing in low lunge. From here, lower the knee. On an inhale, lift your left hand high to the sky for a twist. Exhale, circle your hand to frame your foot, low lunge. Inhale, hand comes high for a twist. Exhale, circle and frame, low lunge. One more time, left hand sweeps high. This time, option to bend through the back knee, reaching back to grab your right foot for a quad stretch. You can walk your left foot out just a little bit, pointing your toes towards 10 o'clock. Leaning back onto your right hand, broadening through the chest. Option always to come to your forearm if that's more comfortable for you. Either way, feeling the stretch in your hips and in your quads. And then inhale, release your leg, coming back into your low lunge. And then inhale, straighten through the front leg, coming into half splits. Bringing your forehead toward your shin. Start to flex through your foot and then rotate your foot back and forth, side to side. Seeing if you can feel that rotation coming from your hip joint instead of your ankle. On an exhale, bending through the front knee, coming back into low lunge. And then inhale, straightening through the front leg, half splits. One more time, bending into the front knee, low lunge. And straightening for half splits. This time coming back into your low lunge, tuck your toes, lift your knee. And on an inhale, start to look forward, dragging your foot, we've been here before, lifting through the right heel, coming into warrior 3. So option for hands on the mat, or you can lift, bring your hands to heart center. Pausing here, feeling strength through the leg. And then starting to bring your left hand down to the block or to the ground, opening up through your hips, flexing through the right foot for standing half moon. Option to keep your right hand on your hip or lift your hand high. Slight bend to your knee, protect your joints. On an exhale, start to bend deeply into your
Bottom knee stepping all the way back, coming into warrior two on the left. From here, coming into 5-pointed star, hands come high. Exhale, sinking into goddess pose one more time. From here, lift your right heel off the ground for a little plie. Lower your heel. Inhale, lift your left heel. Exhale, lower. And then inhale, lift both heels off the ground. And then lower them down. Inhale, standing all the way up for 5-pointed star. Tip your right toes to the front of the mat, all 10 toes to the front of the mat actually. Coming into high crescent. And then exhale, frame your foot with your hands, step forward, coming into forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep your hands high to the sky for mountain. Exhale, start to flow through your side bends here. So bringing one hand to your thighs, bending to the side, and moving with your breath, finding your own flow. Using this as an opportunity to do what feels good in your body. On your next inhale, we'll all meet in mountain pose. Inhale, extend through the crown of your head. Exhale, dive off the crest of your hips, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, hands to shins or thighs. Exhale, forward fold. This time, step your right foot all the way back to the back of the mat, coming into a little lunge on the left side. Grounding down, widening through your stance, giving your hips some space and some stability. On an inhale, sweep your hands high to the sky for high crescent. Exhale, bend through your back knee, cactus your arms for double lunge. Inhale, hands come high. Exhale, cactus, double lunge. Inhale, hands come high. One more time, cactus, double lunge. Inhale, hands come high. And then start to bring your hands out in front of you into an extended prayer pose. And on an inhale, open through your right hands, opening through your right knee, coming into goddess. And then exhale, left hand to right, coming into double lunge. One more time, opening through the left to goddess. And then closing to the right for low lunge. Opening one more time, coming into goddess, pausing here. A few pulsations, tucking your tailbone, grounding down, feeling the fire, feeling the heat. And on an inhale, sweep your hands high to the sky for 5-pointed star. On an exhale, tilt your right toes toward the right side of the mat, coming into warrior two. Pausing here, finding your alignment. On an inhale, sweep your right hand up and back, reverse warrior. Exhale, elbow to knee, left hand high for extended side angle. Inhale one more time, up and back. Sinking deep into that front knee. And then exhale, circle your hands to frame your foot, pausing in low lunge. From here, sweep your right hand high to the sky for a twist, leveling out through the hips, twisting from the chest. Exhale, circle your hand around and down for low lunge. 2 more times like this. Inhale, sweep your hand high for a twist. Exhale, circle and ground. One more time, sweep your hand high for a twist. Exhale, plant your hand to frame your foot. This time, lowering your back knee, untuck your toes. Inhale, sweep your right hand high Option to reach back and grab your opposite foot with your hand for a quad stretch. You can heel toe your toes out to the side, bending deep, feeling that quad stretch. Option to come to your forearm. And then releasing the stretch, walking your toes back to center, framing your foot. Inhale, straighten through the front leg, coming into half splits. Forehead towards your shin, flexing through your right foot. Start to rotate your foot from side to side, feeling the rotation coming from your hip rather than your knee or your ankle. Inhale, bending through the front knee, coming back into low lunge. And then straightening through the front leg, half splits. One more time, bend deep through the front knee. And then push, straighten through the front leg, half splits. Bending deep through the front knee, tuck your toes, start to lift through your back knee. And walking your hands, one or two handprints in front of your right foot, slowly start to drag your left heel up, coming into warrior three. Pausing here. And then exhale, forward fold coming into standing splits or standing L. Leveling out through your hips, slight bend to your knee. And then exhale, bringing your left foot to meet your right. One more time, step back with your left foot, sweeping your hands up and around, coming into warrior two on your right side. Inhale, hands come high. Exhale, sink low into goddess pose. From here, bringing your hands to each side of your head. And slowly start to bring your right elbow to your right knee. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, left elbow to left knee. Inhale, back to center. Two more times each side. Right elbow to right knee. Center. Left side. Center. Right side. And then finally, your left side. From here, standing all the way up into five-pointed star. Exhale, start to spin all 10 toes towards the front of the mat, bringing your hands to frame your foot, and step back, coming into downward facing dog. Pausing here. Option to go to child's pose. Finding your breath. If you are in child's pose, start to make your way back to downward facing dog. And from here, look forward, bend deep through your knees. On exhale, start to walk your feet all the way to the front of the mat, bringing them to the outside of each of your hands. So wide stance on the mat. From here, grab your left ankle with your right hand, bringing your left hand high to the sky for a little wide-legged twist. Breathing here, option to bring your left hand to the back of your low back to level it out. And then exhale, release back to center. Grabbing your right ankle with your left hand, sweep your right hand high to the sky, or bring your right hand to your sacrum for a twist. Breathing here. And then exhale, release back to center.
If you widened your stance, bring it just a little bit further or closer to center, about the width of your mat. Point your toes out and heels slightly in, and slowly start to lower your hips all the way, coming into Malasana. Wiggling around here to get your stance right. Option for a block under your seat. Hands come to heart center, elbows to the insides of the knees, causing a little bit of a push here to help stretch through the hips. On an inhale, take your right hand, point it on the outside of your right toes. Lift your left hand high to the sky for a twist. Option here to go for a bind if that's in your practice today. If you have the bind, releasing back to the twist. And exhale, coming back to center, hands at heart center. Bring your left hand in front of your left toes, right hand comes high for a twist on the opposite side. Again, option here for the bind. If you have the bind, release it. Exhale, coming back to center. From here, plant your hands in front of you and slowly start to lift your hips, coming into a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Start to heel toe your feet together, bringing your toes to touch. And then start to bend deep into your knees, bringing your bum to your heels for a little cannonball pose. Option to wrap your arms around your shins, tuck yourself in really tight. And then from here, release your hands, start to roll your way back, coming to a seated. From seated, plant your feet in front of you, grounding down through your sit bones, drawing belly button to spine, hands come out in front of you. And start to lean back and lift your feet, coming into boat. Option for bent legs, option to keep your toes on the ground. I'm just looking for a little bit of engagement in the belly. On an exhale, start to lower all the way down into low boat. Inhale, come back up. 2 more times, lowering halfway down. Inhale, back up. 1 more time, lowering down, pause here, hold it. And then inhale, come back up, draw knees to chest for a big hug. From here, scoot your way down a little bit on your mat and start to roll all the way down 1 vertebra at a time, coming into a recline position. We're going to work through some bridge pose with the option for full wheel. So whichever options I give, you're more than welcome to stick with them or continue to build into the full wheel if that's in your practice today. So bringing your heels up along your sit bones, knees point towards the ceiling, hands come down by your sides. On an inhale, ground down through your heels, lift up through your hips for a baby bridge. Start to walk your shoulders underneath your body, option to grab your hands and continue to lift through the hips. Your chest comes towards your chin goes away from your chest, leaving space. And on an exhale, start to release the bind, rolling all the way back down to the ground. We'll repeat just like that, grounding down through your heels. And then inhale, lift your hips, walk your shoulders underneath your back, interlacing your fingers. On every inhale, lift a little bit higher.
And exhale, find space. On your next exhale, release your hands. Start to roll one vertebra at a time down to the ground. We'll move into full wheel, or option to stay with the bridge pose we've been doing, or option to bring a block underneath your sacrum for a more restorative bridge pose. So if you want to move into full wheel, bring your hands up along your ears, grounding down through both feet. Slowly start to lift until you can come to the crown of your head. Adjust your stance and slowly pushing through the arms, coming into full wheel. If there's a pinch anywhere, start to rewind the pose just slightly, engaging through both legs, your low back, your belly. Option to straighten through the legs a little bit, feeling that chest extension. And then on an exhale, slowly start to lower your way back down to the ground. Tailbone comes last. From here, draw both knees into the chest, giving yourself a big squeeze. Inhale, both feet come high to the sky for a waterfall. Slight bend to your knees, flexing your feet as if you're standing on the ceiling. And just giving your legs some space. You've done a lot of work today. Maybe doing that rotation in your hips to rotate your feet. And then exhale, bending through the knees, bringing both feet to the earth. From here, draw your right knee in towards your chest, cross your right ankle over your left knee, coming into figure 4. Option to stay here, grounding your hand into your right thigh, opening up your hips, or reach through, grabbing back behind your left leg, pulling your left leg towards your chest. You can have your elbow into your right thigh, helping to open up the stretch. I like to wiggle side to side because sometimes I find that the stretch is really best for me at one of those spaces rather than straight on. So make this pose what you need of it today. Inhale, fill up. Exhale, pull a little closer. And then inhale, start to release your left foot to the ground, uncrossing your right ankle. Maybe you stick both legs out and give them a little shake. And then bringing your feet back to the mat. Draw your left knee into your chest, giving it a squeeze. And then cross left ankle over right knee, coming into figure 4. From here, start to draw your right knee towards your chest, whichever way feels good in your body today. Rotating side to side, drawing your knee in closer. Start to release your right leg, unhooking your left foot, shaking out your knees, maybe windshield wipering your legs. And then meeting back in center. Draw your right knee to your chest one more time. Cross it over all the way like you're sitting cross-legged in a chair, coming into eagle legs. From here, lift your hips slightly, pushing them over toward the left, and let your knees fall toward the right for a supine twist. If this twist is just not doing it for you today, you're more than welcome to take any twist that you prefer. Know that this is just an option. As you settle in, grounding down through both shoulder blades, gaze comes to the left. And inhale, start to unwind, coming back to center. Unravel your legs. Draw your left knee into your chest for one last squeeze. Cross your left knee over your right for eagle legs. Slight lift to your hips, shift over to the right, and allow your knees to fall over to the left for a twist. Again, taking whatever variation feels good in your body today. And inhale, start to make your way back to center. Draw your knees into your chest for one big squeeze. And then exhale, release all the way out, coming into your Shavasana. If there are any other poses that you would like to take before your Shavasana, you can do that now. Otherwise, grab some pillows or some blankets and start to make yourself comfortable. Starting to release any and all tension that's in your body. Starting with the crown of your head, releasing tension in the scalp and your jaw, and your shoulders and your hips, your knees, your ankles, and your feet. Letting everything go as we're called to do during this full moon. And allowing the next few minutes to integrate the practice into your body so that you can take it with you off the mat. Be here in stillness, and I will bring you back in a few moments.